Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Illmatic YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about first ever update that has happened with this Skygen. Now there's been a couple of changes I've done with this Skygen that hopefully you will like and everyone else that joins as well. I'm also going to talk about things about the server as well at the end. What's going to happen in the future of this server. Anyway, let's go and show you exactly what I've changed. So let's go on with the main update. Now this update won't really affect not really anyone who has played it, but whoever is going to be planning on playing it, this update will definitely help out for you. Now if you have gone and played this server before, you'll notice there is a tutorial, and from the community feedback everyone said that the tutorial is way too long. So I've taken that and I've decided to rework the entire tutorial system and changing up things on how it looks and how it functions. Now what I've changed is now there's actually two tutorials. There's a short version and there is a long version. The short version is only like 3 minutes long, and then the long version is obviously 12 minutes long. The tutorial now has a option for you to choose which one you want. So if you want the really quick one that just tells you just how to play it, then there you go. Or if you want to watch the long one that doesn't just show you how to play it, but actually just shows you around the server and actually a bunch of systems that can help you as well, then there's the option as well. This change hopefully makes people obviously watch the tutorial and want to play as well, because the issue was before people were actually leaving during the cutscene, and this was probably because it was way too long, but now it is short enough for them to hopefully not leave at all. That is one thing I've changed about the tutorial, is the fact that you can now choose which type of tutorial you're going to get, but that isn't just what I've done for the tutorial. I've actually changed the tutorial room as well. So here is the tutorial room, or the starter players spawn. So obviously when you first join the server, you spawn right here. It's roughly about here, but you spawn basically in this room. This is not spawn, this is just room that they spawn in for the tutorial. Now obviously if you recognize this, it's quite a cool room obviously, but one thing is that the corridor is actually quite long and somebody suggested to make it smaller. So here is how small it actually is. So obviously you spawn actually basically here, and you spawn looking at this direction, and as you can see you don't even have to walk that much to basically get to where you need to go to obviously start the tutorial. Now this used to be really long. Well, it used to be this gap, and then it used to have 4 of these windows and then another gap. Imagine how long that would have been, but now it's just extremely small, a really nice small room, and all they have to do is they don't even have to walk that much to just get to where they need to go for the tutorial, which is quite nice actually. So yeah, now that is basically everything that is done with this tutorial, and hopefully this tutorial rework will make people continue playing, and hopefully they actually play the server, because before they left before actually getting on to play the server. Now that is the main thing I've done for this update, but there is a couple small changes I've made as well. I've also changed a couple things and done some bug fixes as well, but I'm not going to list all of them in this video. I'm just going to tell you what I've actually changed right now. Okay, so one of the things I've done is actually I've changed the block protection add-on. This add-on is the thing that basically makes you so you can't place blocks, you can't break blocks, you can't interact with things, you can't use tools, all that sort of stuff outside your plot. Other words, it's basically this right here. As you can see, I can't really do anything at all. If I also take a shovel, as you can see, I just can't do anything. But I have actually changed things about this and improved it. So the first thing I've changed is that I've added a new block that is now restricted. So these berries, you can't actually harvest them at all. As you can see right there, you cannot harvest berries. The other thing I've done is obviously when you use an item, you can see that you cannot use this item here. Whatever you do, the action that you do, it completely gets disabled and it just never happens. Now this is pretty annoying, because obviously if you actually press a button with an item, it doesn't actually press the button because it reverts the changes because you can't use the item. Well, I have actually now changed that. Here is an example of what I've done. So obviously now you can actually click the button, and as you can see right here, I can buy it. Now you can actually interact with buttons using tools and stuff. Now another thing I have changed about this block protection add-on is fishing rods. Now obviously this was actually found by somebody who listed a bug about fishing rods where you can't use fishing rods at all unless you're in PvP. Now obviously if you are in PvP you can use them, and if you're anywhere else you basically cannot. Now obviously this was an issue because if you have explored this area you can see that there is a little pond over here. This area right here is meant to be used for fishing, but sadly you couldn't fish because I basically disabled it. Now I've actually changed it where there's now a fishing dedicated area. So if I walk up here you'll see, as you can see right there, there is a message I get in chat. Fishing has been enabled. Now as you can see right here, you can now throw the bobber into the water and you can start fishing. Now obviously when I exit the fishing area you can see right there, fishing has been disabled and it immediately gets disabled. Now this is a range based system, so obviously the area of this lake is when it actually gets enabled. So you can see it still gets enabled, but when you go over here then it gets disabled. Over here is enabled as well, just all around here, but obviously when you go off you can see it gets disabled, as you can see right here. So the area around basically all this, inside this area you are allowed to fish, but outside you cannot fish at all. As you can see, you cannot use your fishing rod at all. Now that is a change that I've done, so you're actually allowed to now fish. Now that is all for the changes for the block protection add-on. Now there's actually been a couple changes as well that I've done for the server as well. One of the things is the website. The website you can actually use with a custom link now. So if you do www.illmaticcraft.net you can actually go straight to the server website. Before it was a really long link, but now it is just a really short www.illmaticcraft.net link. I have also done some changes as well. If you create a ticket in Discord you can now put suggestions as well. Now that is basically it for this update, but obviously that's not it for the video because there's something else I need to mention about the server now. So obviously that basically the update done, and if you're interested in the future of this server then this bit is basically for you right now. Now the one of the things that I need to talk about this server is this server costs money to run, and you might maybe guess this, but obviously if this server does not get enough money or enough funding every month then the server potentially could be shut down. We do need to be together as a community and try and support this small server to hopefully become a big server, and also if it doesn't become a big server we need to support it, so hopefully this server can still be running after like a year or so because we have enough funding to keep this running. If we don't get enough funding for the server and people don't support it enough then these updates won't really happen. But anyway, that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this update even though it's quite a small one. But yeah, that's it. Subscribe if you want to get notified on this server, and also if you want to play the server, in the description down below there's a video on how to join the server as well. Anyway, that's it for this video and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.